And we're on.
Hello everyone, you're with Ponce Deleon here in beautiful Riverside Park in Bonita Springs, and my buddy Aaron Thomas, Kayak Loco Aaron, and Max Iguana.
Hey Max.
Say hi everyone. Okay, today we're going to talk about a thing called an atlatl, or spear thrower. If you ever read Clan of the Cave Bear, it's the weapon they used in that. What it does is it increases the leverage and the power you can put on your arrow, and the flexibility in the arrow also helps, gives it kind of a slingshot effect, so increases the force that you get. These are quite effective. You can throw them for hundreds of yards. I don't have any tips on them right now because I don't want to hurt anyone. But quite frankly, with a tip, with a little bit of weight, I can easily throw this 100 yards.
I've seen you do it and drop it in a hula hoop.
Yep. So I'm going to take and I'm going to throw a couple, and you can see it in action.
Now, what came first, the bow and arrow or this, John?
Now, this came before the bow and arrow. This was one of the first weapons or hunting implements that was used besides just the spear for jabbing. And as a matter of fact, the Calusa used these quite readily. The Spanish explorers, when they first came here, would call them darts. And you can see why, because they're thrown instead of with a bow, and they're quite long. And they're quite effective. So, any other questions before I get going?
The other movie that depicted it was what, Apocalypto?
Yeah, Apocalypto, and just recently I watched a movie, and I can't remember the name of it. And the killer in that movie was and it was like a serial killer. He used one to hunt people.
So I do want to mention, Ponce Deleon makes all this stuff, and we make them out of a cabbage palm.
Well, this is the matter of fact, we demonstrated the other day how it could be done with a clamshell. And here's a couple of cabbage palms. We have vulture feathers and egret feathers.
What do you tie them in with?
You can see this is agave. We used agave to tie the feathers in with. And we use glue. And the Calusas would make glue out of the gumbo limbo sap. They would boil it down and use it for glue.
Nice.
So basically use the same things.
Now what is that made out of, the leverage?
This is oak, which is another readily available branch or wood down here. And you can see the Calusas believed that they were known as some of the most prolific Native American artists of their time. And they would empower their weapons and their tools with effigies, with animals. This is a bald eagle. Flies straight, hard, and strong.
There you go. So they would decorate their weapons.
Yes.
They give them more power.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, many of the things that we find, the Calusa's weapons, tools, are all intricately carved, either in animal form or with mosaics and motifs. Similar to Aztec stuff that you see. So
They all using those shark tooth knives, man. Cool stuff. Really cool stuff. So don't throw it too hard, John. We're in a city municipal park here. We don't want to.
I'll keep it in front of the road here.
All right, keep it in front of the road. I'm gonna do a couple whacks at this.
All right.
Yeah, we're all set.
Oh, of course. I was afraid that would happen.
What happened there?
I slipped off the.
You normally have like a little, all right.
Let me get this one out.
Made it, throw one towards me.
Okay.
I'll jump out of the way, no worries. This is one of my favorite things to make when I bushcraft, are these atlatls. They're really easy to take some time. When I was trying out for Naked and Afraid, this is what we were using. It might be those vulture. Nice. Look at that. Yeah, that could cause some damage. Nice. There we go. Nice.
And I got to tell you, you have to use your fingers to hold it in with. Let me get it. I'll show you the grip.
And John's throwing these very gingerly. We were out in the field, and John and I were putting a lot of torque on them. I like throwing mine high, like artillery, where it drops down on your head. John just kind of goes right for the kill shot.
See, it's got a notch in the end, and the arrow and the atlatl has a little thing that fits into. So
a little groove there.
The notch fits in. Now the hardest part about using an atlatl is right here. It's in holding the arrow, because you have to hold the arrow with a force backwards into the notch, and at the same time hold it together so you can throw it. And it's not easy when Max is climbing on it.
There you go.
That's an errant throw.
That's an errant. That's an errant throw right there. Nice, John. Here, I'll grab those. Talk.
All right. So that'll give you an idea of this weapon. Now again, with a weighted tip, it's very, I can throw it much faster, much straighter, much harder. And they say that it would actually knock you off your feet if you were hit with it. And the Cluses would take, I was just tossing it. The Cluses would take to the start and knock you right down. This is the kind of weapon that killed Ponce Deleon. He was hit in the thigh with an arrow thrown from a atlatl. Evidently, it was painful, and he retreated back to Cuba. And within 3 days, he died from infection caused from the wound.
Where did he get hit?
In the thigh. Nope, in the thigh. And so I just imagine the kind of tips they could use. They could use things like stingray spines and catfish spines, which already have bacteria coated on them that cause infection. And like I say, he died within 3 days. So that's the story of the atlatl. For now, this is Clusa John, Kayak Loco Aaron, and Max Iguana.
Hey, Max.
We'll all say goodbye till tomorrow morning. Don't miss us.
Don't miss us.
Tomorrow morning, 9:10.
Welcome, Benita.
Welcome, Benita.
A lot to talk about. John went to a budgeting meeting, so a lot to talk about downtown. We'll see ya. Bye.
Take care. Bye.